Welcome to another edition of My Opinion here in My Opinion TV. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell so as soon as a video is released, you'll be one of the first to be notified. This morning, we want to look at three topics. First, we want to look at the funeral of the three persons that were killed in Trial Heights. They were buried laid to rest yesterday. That's Miss Evelyn McFarlane, Christina McFarlane, and Miss Kane McFarlane. Their funeral was yesterday, and we'll give you some small clippings of the funeral yesterday. A sad way to life for these three persons who were brutally slain in Trial Heights recently. They were officially laid to rest yesterday, and we give you a few snippets from the funeral.
I knew you. You were ordained, and so I found comfort in that because it says you were ordained. And being ordained simply means that there was a purpose on your life. And death is appointed to us all. And I look at it and say, their purpose has been fulfilled. But what was their purpose? And so if we should just take a few moments and just reflect, we will remember the purpose that they have given unto us. Even if just to remember that you cannot take what the life above ground for granted when it comes to our loved ones. And so it's hard, but I'm just asking, as I even speak to myself, to let go. I stand on the promises of God that He will send a comforter. And that's all that we can receive and take within us now to get through this time.
Classes online. But when I looked at the program, I was looking at Christina twice. And because we knew Christina so well, the pain is not any less. It is well with my soul. It is well. God would not have taken them if it was not well. He promised never to leave you or forsake you. And I know it's not easy. There's no way it can be easy. Just to mourn one is so painful, much less to look at three. It cannot be easy. And so sometimes allowing yourself to cry is the scariest thing you'll ever do, and the bravest. It takes a lot of courage to face the facts, stare loss in the face, bare your heart and let it bleed. But it's the only way to cleanse your vulnerable heart and prepare yourself for healing. God will take care of the rest. So on behalf of the Spanish Town Primary School, the Board of Management, and as I said before, the teachers, the students, especially from Christina's class, when I sat and I listened to the session, and one of the students said, I could not eat. I didn't eat for days because I could not understand why they took her. And I know all of us were wondering why. But we just have to trust God's hand and believe His plan. Family, while you mourn, lean on God's unchanging hand, because nothing else will ease your pain. God bless you.
The next bit of news we want to give you is yesterday in Mandeville, police intercepted what would have been a murder mission when an alleged gunman was killed and another was taken into custody after the police got a tip off that they were on their way, gunmen were on their way to a particular location to commit some gruesome act. But the police was alert, intercepted the men, and they engaged the police in a shootout. One was later found dead. The other was held and taken to hospital under police guard. Two police received injuries in the incident. One was saved by the bulletproof vest he had. A shot was stuck in the bulletproof vest that saved his life. And when you see the video, you could see the policeman visibly shaken by that, as if he was saying he can't believe his life it was spared. But when you're on missions like these and you're in the security forces, you have to wear your proper equipment, or else you risk the risk of not going home to your family. But according to the newspaper, it is believed that they had intent on murdering a particular individual. Even though they said a particular individual, chances are if they turned up at that scene and that individual was around a number of persons, more than one person could have lost their life in this situation. The police report information about the shooting mission, responded quickly, and intercepted the men along Winston Jones Highway near Greenvale. The men engaged the police team in a gun battle. One individual, identified as Andrew Anthony Chambers, a farm district in Spurtree, Manchester, was shot and killed by the police officers. Detectives from the Mandeville Criminal Investigation Branch are conducting investigation with the view of capturing those who got away to determine the charges to be laid against them. So based on what this is saying is that maybe a few other persons were involved and they escaped. But thank God that lives were spared, because we know when these persons go on operations like these, I mean, they fire indiscriminately. They don't care about nothing. Sometimes even the dogs get shot in the midst of all of this. But the police intercepted them, and thank goodness, at least one more gunman is off the street. At least two more gunmen is off the street. One fatally, and the other will no doubt face his time in the justice system and might be put away based on what we are seeing based on the video. But we listen to Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay from the communication unit of the Jamaica Constabulary Force as she described what transpired.
The quick action of the police in Mandeville today prevented what could have been the injury or murder of innocent citizens. It's reported that about 2:30, the police got some information that a group of men were in the process of going to a particular location in Greenvale in Mandeville to fire shots and possibly to kill innocent citizens. Based on that information, the police went in search of the men, where they were intercepted somewhere along the Winston Jones Highway in the vicinity of Greenvale. The men engaged the police officers. During the exchange of gunfire, one of the gunmen was hit. He later died. A firearm was seized. One was arrested. The police are now conducting investigation and search to find the other persons who were part of that team that got away. So based on what transpired, we are very grateful that the police did act very quickly, because in our estimation, had it not been for the quick action of the police, we could have seen some persons being murdered in Mandeville today. Detectives from the Mandeville CIB, they are continuing the investigation to see what possible charges will be laid against the person who is currently in custody, and to see who else they can apprehend in relation to this matter. Two police officers received injuries during the incident. The one that was hit in the chest, he was wearing his bulletproof vest, which actually we could say saved his life. Were treated at the hospital for minor injuries. So we're grateful that they were not seriously injured.
The final bit of news I want to give you is that the police have charged 22-year-old O'Shane Plummer, otherwise called Steady, of Tavern Drive in St. Andrew. He has been charged with 2 counts of murder and illegal possession of firearm. Plummer was charged by detectives assigned to the Major Investigation Division (MID) in relation to the killing on September 17 of 31-year-old Shauna K. Hunter and her 23-year-old sister Renee Martel of Mona Commons in St. Andrew. And if you can remember clearly, it was about 2:15 p.m. on that day. 4 armed suspects traveling on motorcycles in Mona Common when they approached and shot Hunter and Martel. Remember, the woman actually was running for their lives when these hoodlums ran them down and took their lives. So, well, the police have been doing great work. As I said, 2020 has been a battle year for most people based on the coronavirus. But I think 2020 can be looked back from the at the Jamaica Constabulary Force as a year that they made several inroads into and dent into a lot of criminal activities and have charged a lot of persons in connection with crimes. Now, the injured women were taken to hospital where they were both pronounced dead. A date for his appearance is being finalized, but investigations led to Plummer's arrest and he was charged on Thursday, December 10th. Well, as it relates to the investigation, I hope the police will apply more pressure to this individual and will capture the other 3 persons who were involved in this incident. But even though this man has been charged and caught, it will not bring justice to the family, because at the end of the day, two, 2 mothers, 2 sisters, 2 aunties, 2 nieces were taken away and by these hoodlums based on what transpired in the incident up there in Mona Commons. But we congratulate the Jamaica Constabulary Force for doing sterling job so far. I mean, the killing of the criminal in Manchester was a good move, and now to break the back and find the perpetrators of this incident where 31-year-old Shauna K. Hunter and her 23-year-old sister Renee Martel, who was killed. Now that the police have held their suspect, let's see where the investigation takes us. But don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell, so as soon as a video is released, you'll be one of the first to be notified. Until next time, take care of yourself, take care of the children, look out for a neighbor, look out for a loved one, and always keep it locked on My Opinion TV.